But then at the same time, you have to remember that these are like B-grade movies, so nobody's really thinking that deeply about it when they're making the movie. But it is something for like a movie buff to think about.
True.
So that's kind of why I like B-grade movies, to be honest, because while they aren't good, like A-grade movies or stuff like that, like they don't have A-list celebrities, they do like provide some form of like thought. Like, you think, how does this enemy do this, or how does this monster do... Why is there a warp point underneath where I'm standing, which is a fucking sewer grate?
You'll find out.
Does the city of Fontaine get attacked? Does it get attacked by a water kaiju? Did somebody piss off Aang again? Did somebody kill a koi fish and then make Aang fuse with another koi fish? That's an Atla reference. I'm not gonna look for. I'm not looking forward to trying to find chests in this damn city.
It's right up ahead, but let's make sure we weren't followed first.
I've been keeping watch, demoiselle. I haven't spotted anyone suspicious thus far.
Huh, very good. But let's not let our guard down for now.
I shall find rooms for our respected guests.
Thank you, Malus. Now, let's continue, traveler.
I feel like I should have named myself Traveler just to fit the name scheme. Oh, I am diving into a sewer, never mind.
A lot of people.
A lot of people what? Jester, did you die? Wow, this is exceptionally deep and not safe. Okay, I found the slums of Fontaine. Good to freaking know. You know what? I still like the way it looks. Discord dying. That's what you get for playing in freaking VR chat, missy. Hang on, I need to check YouTube. And nobody's talking YouTube, we're fine. Oh, I'm falling.
This is your base? It's not quite what Paimon imagined.
Your accommodations have been arranged. Under the present circumstances, I can confidently say it's the best we have.
Sorry, I'm stretching my knee out and adjusting my position on my couch. Oh, I desperately need an office.
Well, our funds have been a little tight lately. After all, we don't allow illegal or unethical profiteering. In fact, our funds often come from citizenry who support us.
Seems like it's tough times for everyone. But if you have the support of the people, that does sound like it's worth it.
To be honest, our financial situation was a lot better back when my father was in charge a few years ago. I'm afraid I'm not quite his equal.
Your father... He was the previous boss of Spina di Rosula, right? How did he...
Demoiselle, if you'll allow me to explain.
No. I'll explain it myself. I suppose I couldn't run from this topic forever. And as partners, this is something I hope they can understand. My father's name is Callus. Yes, the same one they call Callus the Unfaithful in the streets. 3 years ago, he was accused of murdering his own friend. But he chose a duel to defend his honor instead of standing trial. He died in the duelist's ring.
Oh no.
I may or may not have fucked
I
up.
do not believe my father was a murderer. I'm sure he was set up. At the time, I believed that if he only stood trial and was duly investigated, something amiss would crop up and prove his innocence. But strangely, he not only requested the duel himself, but rumor has it
Are you back?
that even after being seriously injured,
There we go.
to the
Jesus
point where
fucking
he could
Christ.
be deemed as having lost the
Yeah, it was
duel,
just the
he
tech
refused to
issue,
surrender,
Discord issue. I'm fine.
determined to die in the arena.
I forgot to share the link
3 years
2
later,
hours in.
I still don't
What
understand
link?
why he did it.
Dingus.
How could he protect his honor?
Too busy
if he's
bitching
dead?
about OBS.
If anything,
pretty much.
he gave up his chance to defend
Yeah.
himself.
I know there's a choice on the screen. I will make it soon. Just let me share this, please. I'm almost done. Not my fault I have 8 servers to share the shit in. Hi, Lucy! Sorry, I forgot to share it!
Hi, Lucy.
The closest piece of info I have is that my father had been
I
investigating
need to see my
the serial
ass somehow.
disappearances
I
case
would
at the
do
time of
that.
his death.
What?
Ah, so that's why you're
Don't
so
look at me.
determined to get to the bottom of that case.
Personal mirror.
That's right.
How do I
Also
pose
tried to investigate
this?
the
How do
murder
I
my father was
move
implicated
this?
But
I put
I
it
haven't found a
back
single new
here.
clue in my countless reviews of the investigation records.
I put it on the ground.
Playing Dinos at the moment.
If the
I'll
murder
have to
case is
pop in and
related
out.
to those behind the
A
disappearances,
mirror?
They must know something. I must know what really
Mirror.
happened.
I'm
Was my
on
father
VR chat.
coerced? Framed?
Yeah, Lucy,
Even if he
just
really
as on
did
VR
kill
chat, I'm
his
doing
friend,
Genshin.
I must
Can't
get
see the
truth.
mirror in the mirror, damn it!
If
How do I
only
see
he'd
my
known what
ass
happened
in
with
these
me when he was still
conditions?
alive. He even hid the fact that my mother died due to complications when giving birth to
Because
me.
there's
Without
details.
context, this is some really sus
Here
shit.
I am investigating
There's
his
toggles that I'm trying to look at, but I can't
You
see
really
them
are a
until
handful,
I
aren't you,
fucking
Papa?
see my ass. And I can't see my ass.
Demoiselle, please.
So I'm keeping these.
If
They're
there is
cute.
anything I can do, anything at all,
I also will never believe that Master Callus murdered anyone. There are none whom I respect more than the two of
I
you,
like that.
Demoiselle.
Yeah.
Master Callus did so much good in life, yet
Oh no, I took the
all it
rings
took
off.
was one
Good
murder
night.
case for him to be dubbed Callus the Unfaithful.
Because there's like a pendant, but a
Even our
pendant for
support has
what?
decreased greatly due to that incident,
I can't
hence
see my
our
ass, so I can't see what the
constrained
pendant could
finances
possibly
at
be.
present.
Wait,
Or
if Callus was such
there's
a good
thigh
man,
ribbons,
Sorry,
but I
I'm
don't know what the
just-
thigh ribbons
I'm
are because I
fucking-
can't see my ass.
I'm fucking dying because I know the
No.
context, but I'm
Perhaps
realizing
people
that
just
without
revel in
context,
being
this is just
strong.
literally
It's
you
not
saying you want to look at your
I can't
fucking.
see my ass.
Everyone's like that. People love watching
Don't
the
start
evil
coughing
turn
and vomit
into
again, please.
relief, but they also enjoy watching good people
That's
fall
that,
into an
you,
abyss from
that's
one
right.
slip-up just
I
as
gotta be
much.
careful with that. Apparently, the one time I actually hydrate properly and it just makes me fucking vomit instead.
we have to find the truth. He didn't deserve to have
Why are you? Lucy asks, why are you obsessed with
There
your own
is
butt?
one other thing.
Because I want to see the thigh
Master
ribbons. I
Callus
saw.
Jade's
I
immediate
saw-
response. Did you read Jade's immediate response?
I know you're obsessed with it. Fuck off.
saying that, yeah,
I'm trying to see it.
just let go and move on from.
Miss Clorand has always
Maybe I want to
placed
see
great
what everyone's
emphasis
so
on the
obsessed
honorable
with.
nature
Okay.
of the duel. If
Oh,
the opponent doesn't
okay.
yield,
So like,
she will not stop either.
because
She
the
knew
thigh
Master
ribbons,
Callus
right? They're not just
beforehand
like
and
thigh
greatly
ribbons, but
respected
they're
him,
specifically
but
like corset
seeing
piercing
how he
thigh
was
ribbons,
resolute
and I
in
am
the
obsessed
arena,
with corset piercings.
there
I would
was
never get
only
one,
ever
but
one
I
choice.
fucking love their vibe.
It's not that I don't understand
love it.
her at all, but
I think I'm never fucking
I
working. But what is
just
the
can't deal with it.
pendant?
Don't worry, Nadia.
Oh, it's showing too, but I
Everyone
don't
knows how you
fucking.
feel.
Uh,
You don't have to force yourself to do
I'm
that.
dying here.
Afterward,
How do you think I
Miss
feel?
Clorand
Game.
told us
How do you think I
Just
feel? I'm an
game.
outsider looking in.
Master Callus requested that she ensure Demoiselle Navia's
You need
safety.
to hear all about how I can't see my own ass.
Yes, that is
Not just
our
me, but the rest of my
understanding
chat
as
too,
well.
including everybody who watches the Genshin episode.
What
Is
madness
Jade
drove you to ask
when
the
I
person
when I
who
need her
killed you
to fucking
take
show
care
me
of
my
me?
own ass? I showed her her ass.
Anyway, that's the information I wanted
Can't
to
see
share
my
with you.
ass.
Even if it
And the
did sound
fucking
like
mirrors
that,
don't work. You
just
can't
don't
mirror on
understand.
mirror in this shit. Oh
Yeah, there's no third-person camera?
no, because it's VR chat. It's supposed to be in VR. I mean, if you're in VR, you're supposed to be able to have like, or I don't know, maybe it's like a plug-in or something. But you're supposedly supposed to be
You
able
two
to
should go
like
and rest. This was quite a day
have
after all.
a little. Whoa! There we go. I found it.
Eat.
Hey, she found it. She can look at her
I
ass.
found
Get
it.
some sleep.
I found it.
We
I
will
can look
ensure
at my
you rest
ass. Thank you for
soundly.
noticing.
This is 33
Is
minutes
that-
into the second episode, by the way.
You're welcome. Your second episode gets to start with me fucking wanting to look at my own ass.
No, my second episode
Weird.
starts with me talking about B-rank movies, and then you dying in VR chat.
How do I move the camera? Oh, move self? Fly to. No. I need to move the camera. Fly
Well,
to the camera.
this place
That's
is
how I move the camera. This hurts. And I can see my own ass! There we go.
You go.
You were so loud you cut off.
Oh, well, I can see my ass and I'm happy about it. It's a big ass, actually. I'm not gonna lie.
For them to do here at the moment.
What the fuck is the pendant?
Kinda gets the feeling that you're just trying to get them off your back.
It's not the one on the ear, because that's on dog level.
Never mind that.
I need to futz around
Oh,
with VR chat
didn't.
more in the future.
No.
Do it.
I just returned.
I
after
like
being out
to
for a
just
while.
spend my
I did some
days in the
investigating
Cards Against
yesterday
Humanity and just fuck
regarding
around and
the
find
name
out. I honestly might do that again
So you didn't sleep at all?
after I
How
fix this
could I
model.
after having such critical new evidence appear?
Guess Paimon wasn't
Well,
speaking for
I saw my
everyone
ass.
now,
That's my
huh?
job done.
Tomorrow I'm probably hanging out in Second Life for a while.
Unfortunately, this name seems to have been wiped from existence. It doesn't seem.
I have
Unless I
nothing to
bury
do, so I
myself
don't
in
really know what
editing.
I suspect that those behind this have already
Go-
taken.
I need to
steps
edit the
to
Genshin.
trigger an
I need to edit the
investigation
Genshin
from this
episodes.
angle.
Finish off editing some of the Thymesia episodes.
Prove that this Vache person is a key
I
witness
miss
in the
ya.
incident.
I completely forgot you played that. I'm not gonna lie.
Too late, though?
Okay.
No, there
do I
is
fix
one ray
this?
of hope.
Actually,
I didn't see anything
interesting
before.
little story. The first Thymesia episode was over 2 hours long because for some stupid reason, even though I hid it in the editing software, it still registered it as being part of the video. So I had
If the
over
OC
top of
you
like
met
in
is one
the
of
file I had
you
over
went
top, not
missing
in the file, but
recently,
like in the editing
we
software
should be able
itself,
to find
I
some
had
relevant
blanked
information
out the entirety of the episode so I could fuck around with like making intros and outros and stuff like that.
Guess that's the hard work you
So
should
after
get
30
for you.
after about 36 minutes, there is an hour and a half of nothing for that entire video
Coming along, Navia? Did you get tired?
because the
Yeah.
stupid
No,
program
it's
didn't
nothing.
realize if
Let's
the
listen to
image is
Honorable Chief
hidden
Justice.
and not being used, it shouldn't count towards what you need it for.
I had to find that out myself because okay.
Ooh, we're about to meet Riosley.
Honestly, we're going to jail.
But I figured it out and I used YouTube's editing software.
You're already in jail. Damn, I missed that.
Yeah, I went down the giant pipe.
Okay.
But
Alright.
I used YouTube's gaudy editing software that was really stupid and annoying
Yes.
to figure it out. Oh no, wait, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh no, you're
going to see
You're-
Novelette, I guess.
you're in the Food Sandra. Yeah. No, you still got. Because that's why I was shocked. I was like, from there to already in jail. Like, what the fuck? No.
I'm
You're not going
very
to
good
jail
at
yet.
getting caught doing crime. You should see me in my stealth playthroughs for Skyrim.
Absolutely. 100%.
But yeah,
Please state your business here.
The Chief Justice is presently occupied with official matters.
When do I get to play as one of these little assholes?
This place does look pretty heavily guarded.
What little
Guess
assholes?
that proves that Nervalet's
Oh,
files are
the
really secure.
Malazines?
Yeah.
I mean, Siege Queen is already out.
Who?
Siege Queen.
Huh?
Sifi is a Melizzi?
Siege.
Who are you?
Siege Queen.
Siege
You
Queen?
haven't met her yet.
Who you are,
You
or
will meet
who
her.
you might be
But she's a
related
Malazine.
to, our rules make no
She's
exceptions.
she's kind of just like a kid character
got
with
great
Malazine
discipline, too.
ears and tail.
Lame.
Yep, yep.
Obviously, for reusing the model purposes, but
point you towards
uh,
the exit. Unlike some,
they're like
they're
a- yeah.
busy. So please leave if
yeah,
you don't have a
she's
reason to
totally a
be here.
No.
Malazine
What I
because
meant to say is,
and a
shouldn't you
humanoid
remember us
Malazine
from a few
because
days ago?
she wanted to take care of
play with
people,
the
but
great
people were like
magician
racist to her, so somebody
yes,
like
I
fucking
remember.
sacrificed their life for her so that she'd become more humanoid and they would
You
trust her, so that
must
she could
be
actually help
Winnie's
heal people.
attorneys.
That got dark
It's
fast.
all coming back to me now.
We're
Yeah.
here today to report
That's
and
what I've been
archive some
telling ya
information on
ever since
Power.
That's
Inazuma
Genshin
shit
to
gets done.
that's Genshin to a T. Well, that got dark fast.
Shit gets dark fast. Shit gets dark so fast. Oh my god. Because like you got that one where somebody sacrificed their life for her to turn her more humanoid looking so that she could actually fucking help people. You have the entire Melazine racism storyline. You have
Thanks so
what happened
much.
to Ryozli, you had what happened to Arlecchino, the entire House of the Hearth. And what happened to Lynette? Jesus.
She,
Actual
Sadine can't see over the
Human
fucking
moving.
counter. Give this poor thing a step stool.
give the girl a episode. Oh my god, there's even the gem for the Espeon! Ugh. I also have a Sylveon one too, I just haven't uploaded it yet.
The ribbons are flesh.
Yeah. They also work as the tail for the model, I think. I really like Espeon. It's my favorite.
I kind of like
feel like
Sylveon for
out
the
of
sole
all-
purpose that it was a menace in X and Y.
Absolutely. Oh, I like Sylveon because it's like really cute and stuff, and like how you get it, and it's
It's
fairy.
all right.
But
Please let me know
like
how I may be of assistance.
real talk, real talk. We all have favorite
We're looking for a man called Vache.
Pokemon, right? My favorite Pokemon's Hydreigon. That's always gonna be Hydreigon. However, if we were to have a conversation of if I were to be any Pokemon, it would probably
Ah,
be either
I see.
Mew or Espeon.
In that case,
I
please
fucking
wait
like
here a
Espeon.
moment while I
Espeon's
browse through the
cute.
files.
It's always been my favorite. I was actually given a
I see you as an
a
impidimp.
pin of a fan made Mega Espeon.
I see you as an impidimp.
As a what?
A tiny little gremlin.
Impidimp.
Tiny little gremlin.
You know what? You know what? I'll take it. I'll take it.
But
I'll
no.
take it. I'll take it.
Jokes
I'm not
aside.
bad.
Jokes aside, yeah, Espeon makes sense.
Unfortunately,
I don't know what I
I'm
would
quite
be.
certain that no one by the name of Vache has been involved in any case, criminal or civil, in the past several years.
I genuinely
There are
don't
no
know what I
records
would be
of
as a
him either in the
Pokemon.
files or in my memory.
Yeah. Oh, Sneasel's cool too. Specifically,
Is that so?
oh my god,
Right
hold
then.
on.
Thank you so much,
I don't know if
Monsieur
I've told this
Nebulite.
story
We'll take our leave now.
to either, you or Jade, but fucking, when I was a kid, I had this little, like, Sneasel plush toy. Like, you know the ones that they used to have, like, the plastic Pokeballs, and then inside would be, like, the
Miss
plush
Nobby,
toy of a Pokemon?
I can
I got
understand
one
how
that was
you
Sneasel.
feel.
Sneasel.
Your father, Callus,
And
was a truly
I was, like, in
exceptional
first
man.
grade.
We
I was
deeply
a
regret his
baby.
passing.
And I loved that thing. I brought it everywhere with me because I was deep in my
And what
Pokemon
are you
could
trying to
totally
say,
be real,
Monsieur
and if it
Nebulite?
were real,
Are you
a
trying
minor
to console
tangent.
me?
My childhood
Extend your
friend
sympathy?
convinced me
Or
as a
just
kid that on a
express some
certain day,
tendril of regret?
any Pokemon
No.
merchandise that you had
You
would
are
become
not
real
trying to do
Pokemon.
any of that.
So I cherished my
hear it in your
Pokemon
voice.
toys,
no
which
emotion
included
behind
that
your
Sneasel
words.
plush.
Only said those
Um,
things
Because I
because
carried it
you
with me, and I was
felt
just like,
like
I'm
you
gonna
should.
become a Sneasel trainer when the Pokemon become real, shit like that.
It's just
Um,
like last time.
Brought us in my
After
music
my father
class,
took his place in the
and
duelist
we
ring,
had to stand for
I
our
pushed
anthem
through
and
the
stuff like
guards
that.
to
So I
talk
put it
to
on the chair
you
behind
as
me
a
because I didn't want
last
my
resort.
hands full, because I could get in trouble. And
You told me
when
then
the
that
anthem
you
was done, I
thought
turned around, it was
something fishy with the
gone.
case, yet you still
And of
allowed the duel
course,
to
my
go
bully
ahead.
was sitting behind me, so I immediately thought it was him. But he was like, no, I didn't see it. It was me. And she's like, fuck, fine. Didn't see that thing for years. It wasn't until I was like in 8th grade in an entirely different city, entirely different house, that I found that fucking thing at the very bottom of a toy box that I had dumped out many times before.
So my theory in that regard is that somehow in the near future we're going to get time travel, and our older selves just go back in time to fuck with our younger selves. That's the I know that's like a stupid justification, but that's the justification I gave myself many, many years ago when my toys would disappear.
No, I don't know.
And I just kind of hold on to it now because that is something I would do to myself, and in hindsight hate myself for doing.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I don't think I would do it. I wouldn't. If I had the ability to time travel, I wouldn't even want to be anywhere near my childhood self.
I wouldn't.
I'd be like, bye.
I wouldn't want to time travel at all, to be honest. I actually, your story reminded me of something I had worked with my uncle in the past in construction, and we had went to a farmer's market. My first time ever going to a farmer's market, and I'm really big into like some stones.
Mm-hmm.
And he took me and showed me some of these stones, and I found a titanium ore made into a necklace. And it's a beautiful blue rock. Nice. And I got it, and I wore it all the time whenever I wasn't working with him. And then one day I went to a convention, or one year I went to a convention in Pittsburgh, and I had lost it. And I thought I was never going to find it ever again. I started wearing my rave pants again, which are pants that I had gotten specifically for the conventions. Yeah. I dug into one of the pockets, and I found the necklace.
My father's death. Why didn't you call a stop to the duel?
Yeah.
Oh, poor Navia.
Why didn't you give me the power to stop him from throwing his life away? Why did you just let him die, despised and hated by all? Everything was hanging on a thread at that moment. Just the tiniest effort could have changed everything. There are still so many things I never got to tell him. So many questions he still owes me answers to. If you really have no heart, then just look me in the eyes. I, Navia, will show you the true meaning of regret.
I'm sorry, Miss Navia.
You and my father are truly alike. You keep all kinds of things in your heart and never say a word to anyone. It's not so much that you can't feel, but that you would never express anything. Oh well. In any case, everyone already knows full well the apathy of the Chief Justice. My apologies for taking my emotions out on you, Monsieur Chief Justice. Let's go, Traveler and Paimon.
He did kind of walk himself into a corner. There was no... He should have not opened his mouth, to be honest.
Oh?
He said... So while you were telling your story, I was reading a little bit of it, and he was saying how he regrets her father's passing, blah, 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 blah. And she called him out, saying, like, if you hadn't have been so hell-bent on following those rules you love so much, he would have probably survived. Something would have changed.
That's wild.
Navia, are you okay?
And she basically called him out on being, like, too rule crazy. And then started just, like, absolutely... As Jade says, I feel bad for Nove here because he has to always remain impartial as Chief Justice. It's the way of the law. It's not apathy, it's true justice. Which is totally fair. And I do understand his side of things. The issue is, if he had just kind of left it be, he probably wouldn't have, like, pissed her off enough to get on his case.
I'm fine.
There's one fun thing that you'll learn about Nuvula is he's not uncaring. He knows exactly what he's doing, even if it means acting like he doesn't.
Moment.
I fully believe he fully knew what he was doing telling her these. He knew that it would push her to solve all this.
It's raining.
He just
You're
couldn't
right.
say it.
Wasn't it still sunny when we went into the building? And there shouldn't be any active trials today. How strange.
Now that I think of it, on the day my father was convicted of murder, it was also raining.
What is it? Did you think of something?
Yeah, he was outside. It was uncovered and the rain could fall there.
Oh, there we go.
Why? Do you think the rain could have affected the crime scene?
Yes, that's how rain works. It affects crime scenes.
That thought has occurred to us before. We've even expanded the search area to try to account for that, but didn't find anything of value. Oh? Wait. You don't mean...
So you're saying that the true murderer could have been turned into water? And then got washed away with the rain? Yeah. And if that's what had happened, then no one would have believed your dad, even if he explained what he saw to the authorities.
Oh, that makes a little bit of sense, actually.
I really think I found a true genius for a partner. You're completely right. How did I not connect the
Okay,
dots
now that's all
earlier?
well and good. Here's my biggest fear for this entire storyline.
Mm-hmm.
What happens when the primordial seawater turns into rain?
Mm.
All right, let's go to Poisson. With this new lead in mind, we'll get to the bottom of my father's case for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna make progress for sure this time.
Do you want to go with me now? Or do you want to head over by yourself later?
We'll go now because I don't really have
Great.
anything else to do.
Let's
There is a
go then.
boss I want to fight, but that can wait because I haven't pulled a character that needs it yet. I don't think.
Might as well do it. It's a fun fight.
How do you know what boss I'm talking about?
Mm. A lucky guess? I don't know.
Is it
All
this
the
one?
bosses. Probably.
Is it this pain in the ass Rift Wolf?
Oh, you haven't fought it yet?
No.
I mean, it's an interesting fight.
Golden Wolf Lord. Oh, he looks cool.
You need Geo, I think.
I have Geo.
Yeah. Just make sure. It is actually kind of fun to fight. I thought you were honestly talking about the dancers.
I already fought the dancers.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
You were there for it.
I don't fucking remember.
Okay, that's fair.
I've had a lot of stuff on my mind the past 8 months.
Get your ass down here, you bitch. Oh, that's death. Okay, what the fuck did the thing say? Okay, enemies. Nope. Golden Wolf Lord. The King of the Rift Wolves, Golden Wolf Lord's attacks can apply corrosion status, continuously lose HP in combat, will summon Rift Hound skulls to provide it with a ward. It can also enter Elemental Devour state, which will decrease its geo resistance and increase its offensive capabilities. Attack the Rift Hound skulls to destroy them. Yeah, so I need to attack them with geo. Okay. I just was trying to attack them and it wasn't doing anything. Probably because it's floating around like a bitch. Okay, I attacked one. Oh no, that's tornado. That's tornado. That's tornado. Why is that tornado? Why is it coming after me? Don't
Surprise.
fly towards the tornado. Fly away from it. Okay, you know what? Screw you. No, you weren't anywhere near me. Oh, you're dead.
Time to say hello. Late bed.
Okay, so I need to do the combo before she fucking lands. Oh my goodness, that's tail swipe. I'm almost riding on his tail. Oh no, not again. Okay, so use Geo to attack the skulls. Can I get more, please? Can I get more of my energy back, please? Oh no, I'm in trouble. I wish the cooldown for that wasn't so blatantly bad. Please. Please! Come on, give me the charge back, give me the charge back. Real quick. Since I'm relying heavily on Jillo. Not the... Okay, so this is a really cool boss fight for certain. I like the design of the wolf.
It sounded like you called her Jello.
I know I pronounce her name weird.
Shilonen.
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 Shilone.
Yeah.
Not the tornado! Eat this. Oh no! Stop skating towards the damn tornado, bitch.
Go! You're free now!
Okay, I feel like I need a better team to fight this specific boss.
Yeah. Well, I kind of beat the shit out of it with Ningguang and Razor. No, Cheska.
This is a problem.
You just gotta make sure to have a good rotation and that you are able to destroy the skulls and wipe it out and then just do big numbers.
Please trigger her thing. Thank you!
You beat everything up, Jade.
You have
not difficult
you
to
have
do.
a Jester, look at the screen.
Oh yeah.
He has a sliver of health left.
Yeah. That's unfortunate. Guess you better get cut.
Damn it, didn't reach. There we go.
You have a bow character. You could have just shot.
Yeah,
it.
but his bow isn't good for damage. I haven't upgraded
Yeah, but
it.
it's still a bit of damage.
Okay, so what does he drop? Riftborn Regalia. What characters use that? Do I have a character that needs that?
What?
Riftborn Regalia. Do I have a character that needs that?
Not that I'm aware of.
It's Inazuma, so... Not you, right? No, you need the gears. Yeah, no, you need the Sparking Oceanid, you need the Flower Dragon, you have the Pyramid, you have that, you have the Kirin that I haven't fought yet, you have... Is that the Fire Cube? Yeah, I need to fight the Fire Cube for Toma.
Nice.
Wait. Yeah, so I don't have a character for that yet. Through the process of condensation, it should lose the part of itself that would be the seawater. So logically speaking, no, we wouldn't be dealing with a rain of primordial seawater. However, this is Genshin Impact, and they like to do bullshit like... you know, make water that makes people dissolve. But only on people in Fontaine.
Whoa.
Specifically the French.
Huge.
Why'd I laugh at that?
Should be anchored at a place like this.
That is a massive ship.
There's no need to be
Oh,
so
spaceship.
surprised. While it may look like a ship, it's actually Spina di Rosula's headquarters. My father was the one who asked for it to be built like this. Perhaps our taste in exterior design is the only thing we occasionally had in common. A gigantic and glamorous ship embodies
to
discovery,
Publish the
opportunity,
Sylveon too.
ambition, and conquest. It symbolizes Spina di Rosula's
Oh,
bright and limitless
You don't
future.
even know what You could see this SB on Avatar too, because it's fucking cute.
What, are you sharing it to me in DMs?
Rosula had a glorious past.
Yeah.
Who sent what to me where? Okay,
I have not sent
look.
yet.
No, somebody sent me a message in one of the servers I shared.
History would live in the sewers.
Mm.
But now that Paimon has
Get
seen
back with your
this ship for herself,
stream.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's almost over.
Well,
they don't know that.
where Spina di Rosula began.
Technically speaking,
Stinky stinker that forgot.
no, technically speaking, I was supposed to share it like 2 hours before I had actually shared it, so they probably think I'm going for longer than I am, and I just started late.
Stinky stinker that forgot.
You mean me?
Yes. Yep.
I'm falling.
Stinky stinker. Don't.
You. Give me that. Give me as many of these Oculus as I can get.
What do you like?
Inazuma's almost kind of... Well, it's not almost kind of done. I still got a lot to do, especially like Inkanomiya and stuff like that. But I've almost reached full Statue of the 7 level. Which is good. Because it's been an absolute hell trying to get all these freaking things. But then I'm pretty sure Inkanomiya is going to be exactly like the Kazm and the mountain, where it's not going to have the oculi. It's going to have something entirely different.
We're back.
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle,
What?
and our most important...
So, you know how the mountain has those
You said before
red
that
crystal
you
thingies
still
that you
had
give
some
to
business at
the
court. What
tree,
leads you
and
back to
then
Brussels so
the
quickly?
Shazam has the little crystals that you give to the light?
Because my partner here reminded me of something really important. You see, what if my father's
Sure.
case had something to do with water?
It's
from
the thing you
primordial
use to
sea?
upgrade your...
still
Okay, so
remember,
like in the
right, Louise?
Shazam, it's the thing you use
On
to
that
upgrade
night
the
it was
light
raining.
source that you
Yes,
interact
the
with
case
everything
was quite
down there.
similar to that of Mr. Linney's. Both were what you'd call impossible.
Oops.
Could you tell us a bit more about what happened before?
I'm not gonna. My brain is gone.
Give me... let me get through this
I did
cutscene
not
and I'll
pay
show
attention
you.
to a single thing
Many
you
years
just said.
ago, something called synth began to gain
No, I just keep
popularity in
getting
the
stuck
At
on
a
the fact that
glance,
you refuse to
was a
call it a
kind of
chasm.
drink that could excite your
The
mood
Shazam?
and produce many pleasant hallucinations.
A chasm.
Shazam.
Didn't that guard guy who turned into water also mention
Chasm.
that the primordial water could be used
Like
to
your
produce
name.
some kind of
Yeah.
potion?
Yes,
Although I will
we
point
did.
out, if you were paying
We've all
attention...
been through
Considering what we know
school.
now, it's
If you
almost
did-
CH does not
water from the
create.
primordial sea.
It creates
If you
ka,
drink synth for an extended
like a
amount of time,
chasm.
you'll suffer
Okay,
many
cachet.
side effects, such as losing the ability to focus or control your
No.
emotions.
Yes.
And if you were to stop drinking,
Or
completely,
if you don't want to be that
That's-
way,
experience
cash.
flashes of paranoia and anxiety while lacking energy to do anything. It's an extremely dangerous
Yes,
substance.
because SM
As he
creates
oversaw
that
this
sound.
My father was compelled
No, I
to
say
stop
Shazam.
this kind of
Sure.
abuse and called for a complete ban.
No,
No,
that's
no. Okay, when I say
literally not
no, when I say
correct.
when I say cash, when I say cash or cashier, I mean CACHE.
Threatened or bribed him. He refused
That
to
cash,
yield.
that cachet.
Not only that, Boss
I
became
don't know what the
determined
fuck
to
that
find
word
the
is.
mastermind behind this
Best way to
operation.
describe it is kind of
Put an
like
end
loot
to the
box.
problem once and for all.
It's a box of supplies.
But The enemy was very
Or a box
Yeah.
of something. That's what a cache is, or
They said we
cache.
could never get anything out of the dealers, all of whom only sold the stuff and weren't privy to
Anyway,
the rest of the operation.
Chasm, not
Recognizing
Shazam.
that, my father
Well, I
decided
say
to
it that way
contact
I
the
don't seem
dealers
like a
in secret
narcissist.
and cultivate personal relationships
You're
with them.
literally sounding more like a narcissist
He was
by
able to
refusing
get
to call it
someone to
Chasm.
I know, that's the bit.
The man's name was Jacques.
Okay.
Congratulations, you've learned the bit.
After seeing many families destroyed by
100%. It's only a bit if everybody else is in on it too. Nobody.
No, it's a bit to
Planned
me.
meet up and
And that's all that
exchange
matters.
information with Jacques over some food.
Okay.
And if people learn about the bit, then
We heard
congratulations,
2
they're now
gunshots
in on
from
the bit.
courtyard. We
Nice.
raced to the scene and found my father.
It's kind of like
Still holding
Dog and
a
his
gun,
group yelling pivot at me.
who was already
I
dead.
didn't
I don't know what that
understand
means
it.
either.
I didn't understand it, and then I asked them, like, last time we played together, I was like, is this like a bit? Is this a reference to something? And they're like, yeah, it's a bit, it's a reference.
In both cases, the culprit seemed obvious.
I'm like, okay.
But neither appeared to have any motive at all. Looking back on it, though,
My dog is currently eating
I
his
now
toe.
believe the most important clue was something we all
Honestly,
overlooked at the
real.
time. There were pieces of clothing left.
That's
at the
valid
scene.
behavior from the boy.
Well, it's the surgery boy, so
Precisely.
Not valid
It's
behavior
all
from the
things seen
boy.
that I made the connection.
thankfully he's not
Back
trying to
then,
eat his.
we all just thought they
Now,
were
no,
some
now he's actively trying to eat
costumes
his
that
entire
Jacques
foot.
used to disguise himself
He's
at the
actively
banquet.
trying to eat his entire. Hang on.
But
You are
considering
not
it
food.
now, it's almost certain that they
He
belong to a
is.
third person at the scene. With one extra person, we'll also need to reconsider why the 2 shots were
He'd
fired.
be food to somebody, that's for sure.
He shouldn't be
Right.
food to himself. That's
We
called.
still don't know what happened.
What is that called?
My intuition tells
Cannibalism.
me that we're
Okay,
on
but
the
is it
right
like?
track to figuring it all
Obviously, you won't survive the endeavor.
I'm
So would that
finally
also be
headed
technically
towards the truth.
suicide?
Jacques was an
You could
empathetic
survive
man
the
who
endeavor.
was
Many
infinitely
people have done it.
remorseful for his past
I don't
actions.
understand it. I mean, technically
It's
speaking, it's
unlikely that he
self-mutilation,
turned
but
on us with
only-
zero warning.
It is self-mutilation. If you only cut off an arm or a leg and you, like,
Probably the key
actually care
to
for the
full
wound, you
truth.
can be your own
note,
self-cannibal
however,
and still live.
Even though this will not please you,
But
It's
also,
only if you,
as
like,
your and your father's butler,
this idiot
Get
also
greedy.
managed to
offer
lick
a
his
word of
fucking
warning.
sutures.
Our opponent is insidious and cruel. They are extremely difficult to deal with.
Yeah, I
and
heard a
Boss has
really
already
gross and
lost his
disgusting
life trying to
story.
bring them to justice.
So I'm gonna move past
Even
this, or
though
else I'm gonna
Spina
tell you the really
Dorsula
gross and
has
disgusting
lost
story, and
most of
we're...
her glory.
I don't think it would qualify for. Well, who? What are we talking about? Twitch allows
We
fucking
have been
nudity.
allowed to live out our lives. There is
no, they
need
don't,
to follow
actually.
your father's path.
I'm pretty sure I've heard stories about how recently they've had like
And in
women
line
being
with
nude on
Boss's
Twitch, but
wishes.
I could be wrong.
Step back.
Video game
Give up on the
nudity.
case.
Only in video
If
games
that's
can you be
indeed
nude.
what
If
he
you
wished
are
for,
human or
then he should
VTuber,
have
no
told me
nudity
that
allowed.
himself.
Including a lot of
Not the
people, if
closest
you just
person
have
to
your
it.
hips
And
showing.
yet,
If
I
things
was the one
are
most trapped in the
covered,
dark.
but your hips are
What
not,
was the point
uh-oh,
of him
you are
dying without
bonked.
sharing any of
That's-
the secrets he knew?
If
Did
you
he manage
dare to
conceal
have underboob as a
anything in the
VTuber,
end?
bonked your
Sin
sexual
is
content.
still here.
That's stupid.
Callous the unfaithful is still
It is.
his epithet. And Spina
Um,
Dorsula is barely getting
No,
by.
it's a story of someone
has
who is a
changed.
nurse
Did he
who
think
the most
I'd just accept
traumatizing
his
moment
meaningless
of
death
her
and
career
live out
thus
my
far
life just as
was
meaninglessly?
a lady
I've
post-op
never accepted that.
recovering
Ever.
from anesthesia
Not since that
who
day, and
ripped
certainly
open
not
her
now. I want to find
stitches
out the real
Ew.
and
answer for
was eating her own
everyone's sake.
intestines.
For the missing girls, for the
Cringe.
Like, oh,
and for
I'm glad
myself.
I'm glad your mic
Okay.
cut out for that word.
This is indeed the best moment to act.
yeah, it was
Your
so
partner
fun.
appears to be quite reliable, and more
And of course, the
importantly,
worst thing about it is that
I
that
think you're
nurse,
also ready to
whenever
take
she
this
even
on.
thinks about that story, she just
So
all she
you
can
do
smell
know
was
something
that
else
smell.
loose.
And it's like, yeah, no, I wouldn't want to.
Trust me, I can
agree with
understand. I
that.
can understand that
Boss
trauma. I
already
still
knew of
smell
the
blood
connection
sometimes.
Between Synth and the serial disappearances case.
Yeah, no doubt.
But what drove all the tensions
That
to the
is that is
boiling
a smell
point
that is
was the
hard to get out of the
revelation that
memory.
you, Demoiselle, had been selected as the
But speaking of VTubers getting like
disappear.
bonked, did you hear about what happened to Pecora?
No.
Boss
She was on a
also
mission to
didn't tell you
find. She bought a bunch of Pokemon
had been
Emerald
diagnosed with a
cartridges,
rare illness.
and she was on a mission to try and find a specific item in these cartridges. It is a one-use Pokemon. It is one-use item, event item that was only happened in
5 years
Japan,
was nowhere near
and it
enough
was
time
how
to
people would
solve
find a
this
shiny
long-standing
Mew.
conflict. But
So
once
she
he
bought a
passed
bunch of these
away,
Pokemon Emerald
all the
cartridges that were
danger would
used.
pass on to Knowing
to
all
try and
this,
find it, and with like it within like 24
intimidation tactic
within like
before
24
his death.
resets,
He
she
claims
finally
to have
found
already
it.
gotten his hands on some key
But then
incriminating evidence to the
Pokemon
other
basically
side.
was like,
And even
"Oh
told
yeah,
some members
because
of
we think that
Spirited
this is
Rosula about the betrayal.
cartridge
as
because
you
of the
remain safe,
thing that you found that
not
you were
share
looking
the
for.
evidence with
We
the
are
public.
going to
If something were to
we're
happen
going to tell
you,
Twitch
then
to
he
cancel
and
your
all those he told
channel and shit
would
like that."
immediately expose all they knew about
course.
Synth and the disappeared victims.
I heard lately the story
Then wouldn't we
of
be able to get our
someone
stuff
who was a
ready?
Twitch partner
As we've seen,
who
Boss's tactic has
she
worked.
was just on
Even though
stream
Boss
talking
has
about
been
how
gone for a
Twitch
long
hadn't
time,
paid
the other
her
side
in
has
a
not
while,
tried to take Demoiselle's life.
and
No. I don't believe it. He never appeared to
and
look
am I
sick to
still
me.
No
audible?
father wants their daughter to see them weak.
Are you still audible? Yes.
Especially someone as proud as
So yeah,
Boss.
she was on her stream talking about how Twitch hadn't
To
like
him,
paid her
dying in a
in
duel
months and
suffering
stuff like that,
lasting dishonor as the unfaithful
and
was still far preferable than losing faith
then
in
all of a
his
sudden
daughter.
after like a little bit after stream ended, she gets
So
an
he
email
chose
about
to
her
die
account being
in
suspended
silence,
for
so that he
fraudulent
could
activity.
protect me.
And it's just like,
I'm
what
afraid
the
you're not
fuck? What do you
understanding this
mean?
correctly, Demoiselle.
So she's been trying to go back and
Boss
forth
wanted to
with them,
hand to
being
you
like, hey, I
this
don't know
sort of
what the fuck
aerosol.
you're talking about. Like, what fraudulent activity?
If Boss's
And they
spirit could
just
hear
completely
you
refuse
telling
to
me
even look
that
at the
you want
case,
to
and all
find
she's been
the
getting is
answer
automated
for the
responses
state's
saying that
federal
her appeal's been,
involvement,
like, denied and
sure
to
he'd be
not keep,
extremely
like, to stop trying to contact them. And
That
it's just like,
fool.
what the fuck do you mean?
Couldn't he
Okay,
have
that
just
actually
given it to
sounds
me
like somebody
straight?
is taking a personal vendetta against him.
He might have set up everything
Yeah, but it's
precisely
like,
because
because
he never thought
the
I'd be
thing
able to
is that they're
understand
not
him.
even, like,
Is that
telling
the
her
amount
what
of
the
confidence
fraudulent
he had in
activity
me?
is.
And what if I was never
Well,
They're
able
that-
to
just like,
make
there's
it to
been
where I am
fraudulent
now?
activities. Like, okay, what then? It's just like,
Well, okay,
We can
so okay, so like we'll operate this scenario as if I'm not trying to badmouth Twitch, and we're assuming that Twitch isn't actually fully responsible for what's happening.
Twitch is always responsible.
Huh?
Twitch is always responsible.
I know,
They
but
it.
I'm trying to play devil's advocate.
They know it.
Yeah,
But
I suppose.
what
that's
I would assume is
the
happening
way
in this
he'd
regard
set
is that
things up,
somebody
if
on
I
the
had
Twitch
wanted,
team
I could have just
personally
lived
doesn't
out
like
my
this
life
person,
without a care
has
in
taken
the
on the
world.
case, and is
Thankfully,
basically giving them a
he rarely
runaround
talked
to
me
basically fuck
about
with them.
complex matters,
Maybe.
and thus
Because
understood little of me
people
as a
can be
person.
that petty
In this case,
and
he
pathetic.
really didn't need to give me an easy way out.
Yeah. Yeah, no. It's an
Melissa,
ongoing thing
What
though.
was
But
the key evidence
apparently,
that he shared with you?
she
It's the
can
location where
contact them
synth
again
is
in 6
produced.
months to get it looked at
Essentially,
again. But there's
the
been
enemy's
other
headquarters.
cases as well
When he was
in
threatening
which
the enemy, Boss didn't share the specifics
VTuber,
of the
because
incriminating
this
evidence.
shit happens to VTubers
But if you
way
want
too
to
much
use it
to be a
against the
coincidence.
I don't understand the
People just
hate.
don't like
I don't
VTubers.
understand the hate.
Things into
Why do you hate
consideration.
them? Why do people
don't
hate
understand
VTubers?
it.
Place is. Can't we just go storming it?
Why did it fail?
You mustn't
I
forget
don't
that we're fighting against a mysterious
understand
and
it either, but
dangerous organization
apparently it's
that's been in operation for decades.
Oh, it's because they're not showing their true identity. Cool, then hate fucking Batman.
We also have no idea what kind of
failed to
evidence we may
build
be able to find
avatar.
inside.
Failed to build
Nor what people we may be
avatar.
able to capture.
Like that's so stupid to hate somebody for doing it that way, because like how they want to represent themselves online shouldn't really matter.
Empty-handed, but
Yeah,
also open
and it's
ourselves
like,
to full
what the fuck,
retaliation.
dude?
Then, in that
Like, there's
case,
nothing.
why not
Hello,
look to
Mystic
find
Wolf
the
on YouTube.
authorities?
Well, you saw
Hello.
one of them dissolve during Mr. Linney's case.
Can I
We
please
have
build
no
this?
idea
What's
just
going
how
on?
thoroughly
No, you're
they
not
may
allowed to
have
build
been
this.
infiltrated.
Because it's just saying like, hey, it failed
That's
to
true.
it failed to build the avatar. Like, check the
Seems my
logs,
father
and it's like
really
I checked
had
the
no
logs,
choice.
and there's nothing about it.
Things are different
Okay.
now.
Can I
It should be a
please
lot
build
easier
it?
to prove the other side's guilt now that we've connected Synth with the
yeah,
disappearances
like-
case.
I will
You
never
sound like
understand
a lot of thought into this, Maloose.
hating somebody just because they're a furry, they're trans, they're gay. I don't understand hating anybody for any of that reason, because like, oh my goodness,
I don't
let them live
understand
their
hating
lives.
people unless
Any
they're
kind of
rich.
risk for your sake. But considering my
And hate
relative
the
lack of
rich.
ability, I've spent my
I
Rich
I
consent.
dislike the rich as well, but I hate
performing
Justin
basic
Bieber with a blind passion,
investigations
and I have my
Like,
reasons.
he's also
waiting
rich.
for the right time to come.
Thank you for all
About
of
the
your
same reason I
efforts.
hate fucking Kanye.
Have you discovered anything new in the past
Well,
few
he's
years?
also
Let me
a Nazi,
think.
so
One conclusion
We're not allowed to
I
say
came
that.
to appears that the enemy must be quite
We're not allowed to say that on Twitch. You're going to get me banned.
informant planted here.
He is
When I announced orders
the
to
not good.
organization's members,
He is the not good
Moselle
type of person. That's something also I don't fully understand. It's like, why are we not allowed to talk about how bad they were? I can understand if the logic is like, we need to prevent these people from like gathering and talking to each other.
I think it's just the issue of if they allow the discussion of it, then
someone must have
there's a lot more people who will
after several rounds of
agree
testing
with
and
it
investigative
than there are
tracing,
who would just
I
discuss how
narrowed the
bad they were.
suspect list down to 3 people.
I don't know. It's just
Nowadays,
Is
they
Flora,
absolutely
Spina
will.
de Rosula's senior advisor.
I don't know. I just feel
Missing
like,
scripts. But
why are you missing scripts?
Surprising, isn't it?
I don't know.
Where's the script? I need the script.
The most, which also
A lot of things
means
didn't import with
someone
it,
who
so I wonder if I
understood
just need to
Ross
like
really well.
make
Find
a
the
new
files.
project.
His position within bosses innermost circle.
No.
He always knew
Because it was
how
a
to
project, it was a
and
package
thus
file, so it
avoid
had
capture
everything it
this whole
needed.
time.
But I wonder if because I have
Someone
like
else like him
3
too.
other collections of
The head of
Avatar
Confrérie
data that it was
Cabrera.
just like, oh,
Uncle Marcel.
Do you think it
hey.
could have? Do you think it could have accidentally overwritten one of them?
It's a
Maybe.
guild in Poisson.
Or because I already had, because
Grow to its
these two are
current
from the same
size and
creator, so it
prominence.
could just be that they had
In the
like the
beginning,
same
they were
files.
only
And because I already
resellers of
had the
daily
same
goods,
files,
but
then they're
now
just like,
they're
mm,
one of
about
the richest
that.
guilds around with a lot of business connections in the city.
I don't know. All I wish is that
You're like a
eventually shit
sister
gets worked out
organization of Spina di
in
Rosula?
regards to
Oh,
like your friend getting
boy.
fucked over by
You can
Twitch,
say that.
people hating on
When we were
VTubers for
fighting
no
against
stupid
the
reason.
dealers, they
No
provided
good
us with
reason, I'm
plenty of
sorry.
support.
Every
It's
reason that they hate on a
a bit
VTuber is stupid.
imagine
Unless the
someone using
VTuber is a
their
piece
own
of
money
shit.
to hunt down themselves.
Absolutely, and there's like
The
plenty
final
of them.
suspect is
Like if the
Watch
VTuber
down
themselves is a
follow.
piece of shit,
coordinating
then that's
information.
understandable.
Spina di Rosula
I
and the
just
guards.
recently was following the downfall
Although
of
the
one in
guards
particular,
mostly
and it
leave
was
us
honestly
to our
really
own
fucking
devices,
satisfying.
there are still
But it's
many
unsatisfying
Catharsis.
because she didn't really learn her lesson, so...
Since Terry is
Unfinished
always the know
catharsis.
about
No!
activities,
It's worse than blue balling!
always plan one step ahead.
Because they went from
I
like
see. These are all
200
people who I
viewers
communicate with
stream,
quite
like per
regularly.
average.
Think of the enemy we
They
are
had
fighting
more than
against
30k
has been right
followers
next
on
to me all
Twitter.
along.
They
Among
were
those
like
I
a
trust the
pillar
most.
in the VTuber art community,
Almost
um,
too hard to believe.
and
If
a
you
lot of
want to
things came out
investigate
about
them, please take every
and how they
precaution to
like
not alert
hiked
the
up the
quality.
prices
Judging
for
from our
because they would
experience,
buy
the enemy is
adopts
extremely
and
cautious.
designs and then turn around and
Of
sell
course.
them
And thank you,
as either
Luce.
the designs themselves
Provided
or
us with a lot of great
make model
information.
You're too kind.
So wait, they were
for
basically
them
being
for
a scalper?
Just doing
people
my duty.
for extra money, of
Before
course.
I forget,
Mhm.
proving Boss's
Um,
innocence would also mean clearing him
And like
of
at
blame
first,
in
the main
Jacques' death.
issue with them
After
was the
that
fact that
incident,
like
Jacques' wife and daughter were taken
they
into
would
the
keep
Spina's care.
going after
They
these
still live in Poisson
very
today.
popular
If
adopts
it might help, you
and
could
just
also
buying
pay
them
them a visit.
outright.
I can
Their
make the
excuse was always that
necessary
they wanted to
arrangements.
pay the artist what they're worth. So they would like because like one example that I saw specifically, somebody bid like $60 on a design, and then they immediately came in swinging with 200. And it's just like, well, damn. Like I get that they wanted to pay the artist what they were worth, but then that immediately means that nobody else can get it, even if they really wanted it. And considering this person didn't always turn these designs into something else or sell them to other people, because they also did a lot of giveaways, which means that a lot of them they were just like hoarding and
So, back when I...
kind of sucked. Because there's a lot of these people who really liked these designs, who really wanted these designs. Like maybe they finally found something that like fit what they were looking for, but then it was just bought from under them.
So
for
I
a lot of
will
money.
admit I am guilty of doing that. I'm guilty of doing the straight up buyout twice.
That's fine.
But I did
That is
do
fine.
the bidding. I did do a fair bidding against somebody else once.
It is
So
And
there
that
are
is
three
fine.
images. There are three
Please
images I have that I've
and
adopted
enjoy
in that
your
regard.
conversation at your leisure.
But
That
Thank you
is
for arranging
perfectly
everything for us,
fine.
Miss.
There is a reason why there is bidding, and then there's the auto buy and stuff like
Excuse
that.
me, miss.
That's fine. It's the fact that they did this every single time.
They did it too many times.
Popular adopt. So you had the issue of these really popular pieces that, like, they were gaining traction. People were bidding on them. People wanted them. The artist was gonna get their money anyway. But then they swoop in and take them, which means those people who really wanted those designs at a lower price, because not everybody is made out of money, they no longer can have that. And their excuse was, oh, I'm gonna turn this into a VTubing package for 3 times that price. And it's like, well, I could barely afford it as is, and now I can definitely not afford that. And not everybody wanted those designs for VTubing.
Kind of pain that comes with
and it's like,
so
what they were doing
You don't understand
would have been fantastic.
I didn't know
if they were actually going for the unpopular designs to, as they were saying, to pay the artist what they're worth. Because instead you had people who were shit out of luck for these other designs, and now the artist just isn't making money off of the other ones because people don't want them.
But you don't have to carry all
But they could have let other people buy the popular ones and then buy out the unpopular ones instead. So the artist is making even more money from it all.
Would you mind sharing it with me?
But no, that's not what they did. And then, you know, that was like back and forth, people debating that and stuff like that. But the main issue came in the last month, where someone had a medical emergency and had to sell their model. And the model was originally worth like $4,000, I think. So that's what they were asking for. Person comes in offering $2,000.
But even so,
or something like that.
Still found out
yeah, it was like two grand. They were like, "Hey, this model's worth 4K. How do you feel about 2K?" And the person, so desperate to pay their medical bills, immediately took it.
Should never be ungrateful.
Before he left that day,
but then person turned around, took that model that was originally 4K. They paid 2, decided to add a couple additions to it. Quote unquote, the only thing they really added to it was re-rigging it so they could put their name on it. Which their prices were only like $300
for sure.
And they ended up they put it on sale for 5K.
I eventually came to.
So they paid 2K for that model and sold it for 5.
Callus had always taken
that is the scalping.
That is
so that person had the medical bills.
Even
shit out of luck for the money to pay the rest of their fucking medical bills.
It was likely in self-defense.
And there's just a whole lot of stuff. Oh, and like, cause like I said, they also did like a lot of giveaways too.
Why is Papa still the bad guy
and
if he did the right thing?
The main thing with that was the fact that they would have little giveaways and then big giveaways. So they had a big giveaway, and you know, I think the winner of that one, the latest one, did get their prize. But then the winner for the last one didn't actually get all their prize.
Had to do a bad thing.
So they were hosting more big giveaways when the last winner didn't even get what they won.
He must have done so to give you a better life.
This is why I really wish I could like shank through, like go through an email or an internet screen and just shank a scammer with a melon baller.
The current state of things is not something I'm willing to just sit back and accept.
Oh,
thank you.
But yeah,
I'm very grateful to hear
shit kind of sucks.
Even though your personality is quite different from your father.
It's okay. It's distracting me. This depressing truth about the world and scammers is depressing me from the depressing truth about the world of Genshin.
It's the first time anyone said that to me.
You're welcome. So anyway, person was kind of like bullied off of Twitter.
Wait, was this one of the few times where fucking cancel culture actually fucking did something good?
I'm fine.
They did something good, but it didn't work.
Let's investigate the 3 suspects next.
Because they deleted their account. Well, they kept fucking bitching at people while saying they were gonna leave, and then they just made a new Twitter account
I'll get myself together on the
under a new name. And they're doing the exact same thing, but it's no longer attached to the VTubing community. So I mean, there's that, but they're back.
I've learned my lesson. Go ahead.
And the only thing that is truly like, aha, comeuppance is the fact that they went from 200 average viewers to 40.
It also reminded me.
And it's funny.
See, that's the case of I've learned my lesson. I won't ever do this again with this town.
That's literally it. They're like, I'm leaving this community. I'm going. You guys can stop bullying me. And then just goes to regular streaming community instead.
I am looking forward to them trying that in the furry community. That will blow up in their face so badly.
They're not a furry.
So he was drinking and bantering away with us at the table.
Because I think they're still going to use their
He told
model,
us that he wanted to go get some
but they're
fresh
also
air.
sometimes going to do cam streams. So,
we let him go
I don't know.
without
They're
thinking
just
much
no
of it.
longer supposedly
would hear 2
involving
gunshots
themselves in
ring out right
VTubing
after.
community stuff anymore.
My
And
first reaction was that
for good
Mr.
reason.
Callus's life
Because
was in
nobody's going to forget
so
this.
I grabbed my holster and made a mad dash toward the scene.
But it's kind of fun.
But when
I fucking love drama. Oh my god.
You ever look at your game collection and wonder, when the fuck did I get this game?
All we could do was look back and forth at each other.
No.
Not knowing
I just
what
looked
to
over
say.
at my PS4 collection, like my physical copy collection, and I looked at it and saw Devil May Cry Definitive Edition. When the fuck did I get that?
But I've never really
I don't
bought that
remember having that.
explanation.
And now I remember playing it, so I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with
Left
me?
his gun on the table.
I remember pretty much every
even
game
made
that I've
sure to confirm
gotten,
that before running
even if
the
I haven't
scene.
really played them.
But
I
according
have
still
way too
know.
many games.
guards, that doesn't
I have
make
more
it
games that I
correct.
can play, and there are more games coming out that I want to play. Well, not really, actually. There isn't really a game.
The clothes left at
I
the
don't
scene
know.
you
The current
mentioned.
gaming market has kind of like
was a
made me
third person
not
there who
want
was
to
turned
get new
into water?
games.
Why?
Well, okay, so I say that, but like the games that Fluff shares with me, definitely games I might want to play. Like there's Scrap Mechanic, which seems like fun. There's another game that he showed me that looks like fun to play too, but it's in early access, I think, at the moment.
Which one?
I have to go in the DMs.
Or a third person
Well,
on the scene.
what's the game about?
Yeah, that
I have to
makes
go
a
in the
lot of
DMs.
sense. So you're saying
Because I know I
Mr.
heard
Callus
Solar
ended
Punk's
up
been
with
on the
gun.
mind, which
Yep.
honestly I've
Solarpunk.
been
Solarpunk. It's
waiting
Solarpunk.
for that thing.
I've
I've been waiting since it was first announced, and I am excited.
You said Solarpunk, and I immediately scrolled up and saw it, and it was Solarpunk.
You're
He
welcome.
didn't even
You're
want
welcome.
to face the
It's been a
Oratrice
topic.
machine.
But I'm waiting for that too.
But,
I have the demo. I'm still fucking. I haven't played it yet.
But like the stuff that he's been sharing with me has been like interesting and caught my eye. But then when I look at what's coming out like mainstream, like fucking, like as an example, Marvel Rivals. But like the new Assassin's Creed Samurai,
Shadows, yeah.
GTA 6 has been announced, but they're not announcing a release date yet. But they're probably going to charge like $100 per copy.
They absolutely will.
Fucking Nintendo charging $80-$90 for a physical copy for some games.
Don't
Many
even
people
fucking.
have laughed at me for still calling
Like,
him Mr.
like, it,
Callus.
like
Dog,
what's
man.
killing me is literally the
Past.
pricing
It
of
was Mr.
everything.
Callus's trust that allowed me to rise through the ranks of Spina
Because like, how am I
Dorsal.
supposed to enjoy playing a game?
life I lead today.
The biggest issue is
No
like
matter
you
what
can't
others might
even
say, he'll always be
test
man
the
I
games
respect
anymore
most.
to see if you'd like
He'll
them.
always be my boss.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I guess that's technically a feature for Steam, though, right?
sometimes if the game does provide a demo, but back in early PlayStation era, back in early Sony era, they would release game discs that had demos on them. It would have like 10 games worth of demos that you could play on your system to see if you'd like them or not.
I meant like,
That is a massive fish. That is a massive
I
armored
mean-
fish. That's straight up a sturgeon.
the buying a game, playing it for a little while, and then refunding it if you didn't.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing on Steam. But
Yeah.
Nintendo, I don't think offers that. I don't think you can really do that with the PlayStation or
Nor
the
Xbox.
Xbox. So like Steam does it, and they do it. They're doing it the right way, but like still, that's $80 you're flushing down the toilet to see if you like the game.
Thierry, it's me.
Yeah.
Oh, now what brings you here?
And not everybody has that kind of money, like you said earlier.
You made quite the name for yourself at the Opera House.
So
It is the only reason I don't play video games much right now, is because the only games I can play are the free-to-play games.
I'm also a
There's not
member of
many
the
of
guards,
them.
you know.
that are good.
The way you make it sound, people would
That
think I was
too.
sent off to Poisson because I had done something wrong.
Are you
I mean,
sure
I'm
there
certain
isn't a little
Fluff
bit
could
of
give you
truth
some
in that?
ideas on some fun free
Under normal
games.
circumstances, shouldn't you have been
Because
called
he
back to the
plays a
city
lot of
already?
games.
Yeah.
I
mean, that's a
where I
worry
work
for
is really
2
up
weeks
to
from
me.
now.
Let's just say I enjoy the ambiance of Poisson. Kellis did a fantastic job.
But
in the town. Building
I think I might
from the
record
ground
me
up,
playing
clearing
Solarpunk,
many
and I might have
obstructions
Fluff
in my
sit
way.
in with me.
It would be next to impossible for me
I mean,
to
even if
find
it's
a
2-player,
similarly easy
you could
but
play
high-paying
together.
job in the city.
Is Solarplunk a 2-player?
Anyway,
Plunk.
enough chit chat.
Solar
Are
Plunk.
these two friends of yours?
Blanc.
You here for
Not
some
a clue.
formal business?
Well, I'm opening up
Oh,
Steam
yes.
now.
These two are my
'Kay.
partners. What happened at the Opera House?
Open
made
world
us realize that
survival.
Lenny's case and
It is
my
co-op.
father's may be related.
There you go.
We're trying to reinvestigate
So actually,
the
that might be a
details of my
stream thing
father's
me and
old
him do.
case.
Ah, I
And
get
you
it.
too, if you want in.
You think there might
You know
be more
exactly
to
what
the
you need
case
to
now
do
that we know
then.
people can be dissolved in
Ta-da!
water, right? I was also flabbergasted when I first.
I
heard
might
it.
do this. I might
If
do
you
the
want to
demo
go to the
solo. That way, I
original
can pace
files
myself
from
on
your
it,
father's case, I can help you look for them.
or go at my
Oh,
own
there's
pace.
no
It might be a
fucking
one. It might be a
scene.
one shot though.
Actually, I have
Probably,
another
if it's only a
question.
demo.
Do you have the authority to dispatch Gardamex?
Of course.
Oh,
Without
this is so
them,
fucking
I
cute.
couldn't possibly handle Poisson
Oh,
on
this
my
is so
own.
fucking cute.
Why do you ask? We
Oh,
definitely
there's a
can't
mirror down
use
here,
them to
too.
forcefully get more evidence for your father's case.
Oh fuck, there's 2.
Well,
This guy is mildly
just recently,
fish-eyed.
We were attacked by a horde of
Hey,
numbered Gardamex.
don't diss the man.
So,
He might be a criminal.
if you
Don't diss the
hypothetically
man.
wanted to do
I'm also
something
not
against
dissing him. I'm
me,
pointing out a fact.
all you would need to do
Don't
is
diss
get
the
rid of
man.
mecha serial numbers.
This
and-
isn't a diss. This is me pointing out a fact.
Did your parents ever teach you that if it's something somebody
Let
can't
you
fix
think
in
too
a
highly of
second,
my
then don't
abilities.
point it out?
Dispatching mecha is very different from
Surprisingly, no.
controlling them. If
Oh,
I
well,
had to make
fun
an
fact, if it's
analogy,
not something somebody can
when you
fix
order
in like a
dish,
minute
the
or two, then
chef
don't
will make
talk
it
about
for
it.
You can ask the
I.e.,
chef
if
to
there's like
cook,
food stuck in their
but
teeth, tell
how
them
to
about it.
massage your
But if
shoulders or
there's something
carry your
horrifically wrong
baggage,
with their body in the
if you
shape
try
of
to
it,
make
don't fucking say
unreasonable
shit.
demands, the chef would just
This man has a
lose out of
5-head.
mind and ignore you completely.
Don't say
Same
shit!
goes for me and my Gardamex. Removing a serial number is
Same
also
goes with
not
like
as easy as you might
fucking
think.
weight shit. Because
There
too
are a
many
lot of
people are so
complex
fucking
steps to
opinionated
it,
over the
and
way
it's
that other
almost
people look.
impossible
And
to
it's
keep
just
it a
like,
secret.
don't
So I
be.
can promise you, those mecha were
There's
definitely
no
private
reason.
units.
Look, I'm only like that with actual video
Certainly
game
not
characters.
cheap. So, whoever their
Don't
owner
be.
is must be super.
Oh,
There's been
Then
a
you're
choice behind
officially in
every
the
single
clear,
design
Thierry.
choice made for those characters. Unless it's like an integrity issue.
Thank you for the
Like
vote
the
of
model's
confidence,
breaking or
Nadia.
something like that.
Jokes aside,
And even
I'd like to
then,
wish you all the best with your
I
investigation.
don't know, they could be new.
I'll
They
be
could be,
staying
they
in
could
the
be
city for a little
babies.
while, so just
A
come find
baby
me
could
if
have
you need
made
any
it,
support
Kaz,
from
and
the
you're
boss.
bullying them.
I think we have bigger issues to worry about if a baby made a game character.
I'm just saying. Well, you'd be fucking surprised with the people in my class. Holy shit. Oh!
Okay,
not gonna get into
okay.
that.
Being mentally a baby does not count the same as being an actual baby.
It kind of does in these people's cases.
No, that just
I-
well, it depends. Okay, it depends on if they're good people or not. If they're good people, then it's kind of.
They're not.
Oh, well
They're
then,
not. They're not at all.
is it offensive for me to call them pathetic?
They are fucking pathetic.
Okay, they're
That is
pathetic.
really what they are.
They are pathetic.
Okay, so story time again.
Oh no.
You fucking invited me here. This is what you're doing. Story time again. Motherfuckers.
Hello.
We
How may I
have
help you?
we have 5 groups in our
I'm here to see
class
Marcel.
because
If
we're
you
set
just let him
in
know,
groups to create
you
these
can just
games,
say
right? We have 5
Claudius
groups, so we have
looking
5 games.
Sure.
2
I
of
will
them
let you know right
dead in the
away.
water. Well, one is particularly dead in the water, which is fucking funny because both of them have to do with water.
Is this the same class that only
Um,
has like 4
Sorry
people
to
in it?
Keep you waiting.
No,
Not as
Okay.
young
that's
as
my
I
English
used to be,
class.
so
Ah,
my
that's right.
legs are
Speaking of,
giving out a bit.
I no longer like that English
Oh,
teacher,
it's all right, Uncle
but
Marcel.
that's fine. It's almost
There's no
done.
need to stress.
I
just wanted to talk
no,
to you
it's the fact
briefly about
that
what happened in the opera house. I'm sure you saw
this
everything
last
too, right?
group was obviously
Yes,
just
I've
the
never seen
rejects
anything
group
so
that
strange.
nobody will fucking work with ever.
Oh, you were at the
Because
opera
it's all the
house too?
people that we have had previous
That's
issues
right.
with.
I went there with Navia to see the
Like,
magic
my
show.
group is
Who
2
knew
of
it
my
would turn
friends,
into a
and
whole
then
murder mystery?
one guy that
I
we
also
fucking
witnessed
hate.
your
Everybody
marvelous
hates.
sleuthing.
You've already
But I've
sold.
worked with
Oh,
him.
Turtlefuck.
To beat the Hydro
Yeah, Turtle
Archive
guy.
at her own game on her own turf.
And his buddy.
I can already
Did I
imagine
tell you the
everyone
update in which
discussing
he
your
completely
exploits
admitted
over
that
a few
he's no
glasses
longer
of
working
wine.
on our game, in an effort to
Paimon doesn't
get
wanna become the
good
top
with
ground
a startup video game company? The startup video game company of which
It's
already
just
said they
how
don't want him.
Fontaine is as a nation. Everyone loves
How
drama
does
and
that
theatrics.
logic in any way, shape, or
Uncle
form
Marcel,
in his head?
You've also noticed that other thing,
I'm pretty
right?
sure he's having a
The
manic
fact that
episode, not gonna
humans
lie.
can dissolve in water?
Yes.
But
I was reminded of
his
your
friends
father's
staged
case
an
right away.
intervention because
Is that
they've
what
been
you
like
were
telling us what's been
investigating
going
now?
on because they're like, we don't want to be like
Exactly. I
complicit
still don't
with
have
what
my
he's doing
solid
because
proof,
it's
but
bad
I
what
can
he's
sense
doing.
that the other
Oh, he
side
also
has
broke an
already
NDA
begun to act.
because he already has an internship with a
And
company.
what makes you say
He's
that?
trying to burn every bridge for the
attacked on Araneus by some
for the
unnumbered
vague
Darkness.
hope of this
And
working
there
out for
was
him.
also an attempt to get me to drink
But
Well-
they've
water
already
from
said they
primordial
don't want
sea.
him.
If not
Well,
for the
also
vigilance of
breaking
my
that
partner,
NDA is
I
definitely going to
probably
get him in a
wouldn't
shit
even
ton
be
of
here
trouble.
talking to you right now.
I don't know.
I'm
He
pretty sure
might
so.
just not say anything about it, just because it's like if he is having a mental health crisis,
It seems
because he
things are heating
is.
up again. The peace
It's
that Kara sought so
understandable what
dearly
he's
will soon
doing
become
because
a
he
thing of
is
the
he
past.
did meet the
But
deadlines.
rest assured, Navi,
It's just
Poisson
he
will always remain
was
a safe
only
haven.
not
If you're
working
scared,
on it
you
because
can
he was
always
busy
return.
making like piece after
If
piece after
anyone
piece after
dares to
piece,
lay their
trying
hands
to
on you there, the Confrérie of Cabrières will use its funds to
Get
the
into this
maximum
company.
to bring them
yeah,
to
trying
justice.
Thank you,
to
Uncle Marcel.
get a portfolio good enough
But
for
I
them,
don't
and they're like,
intend
we
to go
this
into
quality
hiding.
isn't what we're looking for
I'm
because
going to
he's doing
strike
piece
while
after
the
piece
iron's
after
hot.
piece.
Do you have
But
any new thoughts on my
the
father's
poly
case?
limit, oh my god! I thought my portfolio piece was
About
bad
that.
with the high
Sorry,
poly being
my
at
age
30
is
million
catching up with me,
polys.
So it'll
His
take
was
me a while
80.
to recall my memory.
How? Also, didn't you drop
That is
it below 30?
bad. Yeah,
Confrérie
I
was
went from
responsible for
80
that
and then I
banquet, so I was
retopped
out
it
and
to
about
1
the whole
million and
time,
I'm
making
taking
sure
it.
things
And
were running
honestly,
smoothly.
my
I
professor's
didn't
fine with
even have
that,
the time
considering
to
he gave
drink
me a
with the
90.
guests. Then I heard the
He's like,
sound
that's
of a
fine.
gunshot.
Thank
The
you.
rest was history.
Oh, it's
And
okay.
and it's
No
just
need
like,
to
what
push
the
yourself.
fuck, dude?
We'll ask around some more. See if there are any
and,
valuable clues elsewhere.
Sounds good. Just let me know
Well,
if you
yeah,
ever
so
need
that's the
more.
update with him. I think his friend's station intervention. I think he's getting his
All
shit
my
together
wealth
because he
comes
is
from
actually
Callus's
working with
patronage
us.
and support.
Like the
I'll
entire
spend however
semester,
much
he
it
didn't work
takes
with
to
us
clear his name.
once. He would say he was going to, but he didn't. But he has actually been like he's been in the meetings working alongside us.
Okay, so
For this
now
lab.
it seems like
2 weeks.
reality has set in for him.
It has. Because I also did tell our director that my concerns he's having a fucking mental health crisis, and because he did all these things, just to let them know, like, hey, this shit's happening, and I'm kind of worried about him. Like, I may not like him, but I'm worried about him.
Look, I hate the guy, but I'm not a monster. Please get this man
I hate
help.
the guy, but I can understand a manic episode.
We've talked to all
And
three
fucking
suspects.
psychosis and shit like that.
Who
Like, I get
based
it.
on their
I get how
conversation
bad
with
mental
me,
health crises can be. And it's not a good time for anybody.
I suppose
but
that's to be expected,
the-
though. If a single
so,
conversation's all that's
the
needed to
rejects
find
group
them out, then my
has somebody
father wouldn't
who
have needed to investigate the case for
because
so
dude and
many
I
years.
were on the same team
Anyway,
last semester as well.
Even though we didn't make a breakthrough,
And
let's still compile
we
what
had
were
a
able to
particular
find.
issue with this one guy in particular. Like, it was a big issue.
Ah, you're right. Flora mentioned that.
So he's in the
I
reject
only ended
group
up with that because of circumstance.
because they knew we weren't gonna work with him again, and
According to
stuff.
Jacques' family members,
They also
already told them
have
that he had
2
been
people
discovered,
from another group,
and that he had
my
no
other
choice
buddy's group,
before he left home that day.
who they did absolutely nothing last semester.
If I had to guess,
And we're pretty
received
sure
an
one
order
guy
from
was like
Synth Box to
plagiarizing his
kill my
assets
father.
anyway.
Had he refused,
But
he
it's
and his
funny.
family's lives would have been
And then it's another guy
Jack
who
fired the first shot?
we don't know much about. Well, I don't know how he
And why is
works.
that?
I just know that a lot of my friends find him creepy as fuck. So.
Ooh, that's a good point. Jack probably
But their
already
game,
knew that he was just being
it's
used
not
as a tool
good.
for murder. And
They're
once
not
he
gonna
had
talk
completed
about
his
that at
mission,
Industry
he'd
Night
be of
whatsoever.
no more use to his boss.
Because it's like, so we had our playthroughs Wednesday, which is pretty much like the game is done,
Damn.
and this is how it looks, and we're just going to be polishing it going forward in the last week.
That's still just a theory.
So the two that did nothing in the other team also haven't done anything for this game.
It's obvious that
That's
our enemy has become more
not
antsy
surprising.
after the secret of the primordial seawater
We
was
had our last update
Do you think he knew
the week
even then
before,
he'd follow this lead to the end?
and they had the audacity to sit there and be like,
since,
yeah, so I just
quite
need to
possible.
finish the texture on this lighthouse and this ship. The only reason I haven't done so is because I need to finish the lighthouse and the ship. And
Okay.
it's like,
I'm gonna
mother.
put a pause on this real quick. I've been listening mostly to your story and haven't been paying attention to the story. Are you ready to watch me flounder?
Okay.
This guy.
Thierry, you say? Huh. It is possible that he's figured out a way to convert the Gardamex for personal use.
Did I succeed?
But I didn't feel like he was lying when he was talking to us about the mecha. I also don't think he'd be able to keep that kind of tampering under wraps.
Yeah. Had he actually tampered with the mecha, we'd be able to prove it with a simple check of the guard's inventory. If the mecha were taken from the guards, it should be pretty easy to find out when and how that happened.
Okay, so if it's not... okay, so... oh, which one would it be? Who would be the richer of the two? Fuck it.
Uncle Marcel?
You can continue your story.
I'm just telling a story about how these guys are like
They worked together on a
not
large
even
number
done
of
these
projects.
big things for their game,
Maybe
and
that's how we got to know Jacques.
it was
And
2
with
weeks
funds from the
out.
Contrary, he
And
could also
here
afford
we
a large number
are,
of Gardamex.
pretty much
Still
4
really
days
hard for me
out
to imagine, though. After all,
from
Uncle Marcel
from
has
the
been
game
around
being
since I was
due,
just a child.
and they
Also,
still have
wouldn't
so
this mean he
much
has
to
been spending
do.
a whole
Oh,
lot of
jeez.
mora and energy to fight his
And
own
it's like,
synth business?
holy shit. I can't wait to see them fail. And I feel bad for saying that, but I also don't feel bad for saying that. I mean, the one person will be fine. Who hasn't really done much. Because she is a good artist, but like she did land a job at a game company.
But as Spina di Rosula's advisor, his work mostly deals with personnel and so
and we have like
much
we
means when it comes
lost
to
quite a few
finances.
people. Just on the basis of the fact that like they got jobs. But the one guy,
Exactly. He can't.
he doesn't give a shit about his work
I don't
at
think he would be able
all.
to dispatch a whole group so quickly.
At all. And it's wild
Could it
because he's
be?
like he's 29 years old.
Too
He is
old
in
to
this
not be caring.
program. He is 29 years old. He's in this program. He is paying for this program. Like, it's a lot of fucking money to be in this program. It's like $7,000 a year, and it's a 3-year program. And it's like, why are you here paying this money if you don't even want to do this?
You know?
Like, you're 29 years
everything
old. You have a job. You live in
Marcel
a
is
city
indeed the
far
most
away from
suspicious
here.
of them all.
Why are you still here?
Missing other suspects?
Go home. Quit.
In that age, it might have been a case of like he wanted to go back and try again, but then he realized he couldn't. But he feels like he's kind of stuck.
No, but then that's so fucking
trustworthiness
stupid. Because then it's like,
and well considered.
A waste of money.
Laid out his case
fuck.
very-
Like,
the rationale he gave
it is a
made
waste
lot
of money.
sense
Like,
as
I
well.
get wanting to go back to
Suspect is
college and,
knowledgeable
you know,
about
do
the Spina's
something.
internal affairs,
But then,
has the means
if you
to
find out that
dispatch
you're not
methods
good at it or you don't
self-defense,
actually like it,
and
don't
possesses
keep
significant
spending the
intellect and
money.
foresight.
So you're correct in thinking that.
don't want
The
to
issue
believe
is
him.
not everybody has that
Starting to
level of
see how
foresight
things could all tie back
or
to Uncle
hindsight
Marcel.
or current
Like, I
sight.
get sunk cost fallacy, but it's sunk cost fallacy means absolutely nothing if you're sabotaging your own success.
Like I said, not a lot of people think about that. That's the issue. Like, they don't think about the repercussions afterwards. They just sometimes will just dive in and try it.
He seems like the kind to do that, I'm not gonna lie.
And then he'll be... He's like, well, I already dug myself this deep. I'm going to keep on digging myself deeper. And mentally speaking, he's just like too prideful to admit that he's wrong.
We need far more solid
yeah. He seems the kind, absolutely.
Navia, here you are. Oh, I've been looking for you.
It sucks.
Huh? Aren't you the guy from the guards? Did something happen?
Yeah. News came from Irenaeus just after you left. We've got another trial on our hands.
Oh, no.
Wasn't that place built specifically for holding trials?
Oh, no?
What's so newsworthy?
We've got another trial.
I know.
Oh, no. Whatever shall you do?
What did Child do?
Oh, you're at that point. Oh.
Is that someone
yeah,
you know?
have fun. You're gonna love this.
Maybe even a little too well.
You're gonna have the greatest fun in your life.
He's been accused of being the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case. It's absurd, don't you think?
What is his motive? Why did nobody think about this? What is his motive behind it? He's a Fatui Harbinger.
That's what I thought was strange about it. So I came to tell you
Can I direct your attention to how you were at the beginning of your playthrough?
Yes, I'm very well aware. I'm very well aware that I basically turned a 180. Don't get me wrong. I still absolutely hate the Fatui. I still absolutely hate the Fatui with a blind, fiery passion. It is still on sight anytime I see them, especially considering I need to like kill a bunch of the pyro guys to get upgrade materials for Arle. So that's a special kind of on site.
Well, absolutely.
That's an on site that is more malicious.
I mean, to be fair, they also sometimes attack you first. So.
Yeah, but like the reason I'm doing the 180 is because as much as I hate their guts, if you give them the opportunity to turn it into a thing that they can use, such as a wrongful trial or something like that, that can lead to a lot of worse stuff down the line. So let's not be stupid.
Yeah. But at the same time, they don't really care.
Yeah.
They don't really care about that.
I remember that in Sumeru when the Doctor's goons were just like, we want to go collect these plants. No, you're not allowed in here. We're freaking, I forgot the name of it. Foreign diplomats. We should be allowed to go wherever we want, including your government's secret facility so we can learn all the secrets because we are a diplomatic group.
No, that's not what I'm talking about at all. No, I mean,
I'm sorry, that one just stuck in my head the most.
Yeah. I know, you're a little piss baby.
Fight me.
No, I mean, like, the Harbingers act on their own accord with their own interests, just with the permission of the Tsaritsa. So if Child is out here being a goober enough to get himself arrested in Fontaine, they're not gonna do shit about it. Like, I'm sure they have eyes on him, but they're not gonna do anything because he did something. And knowing Child, he did something.
What do you mean?
We just don't know it yet. Or they could either be that they're like, I guess they did something. You get them. No, but it could also be they're all Harbingers. They're the best of the best. So they could easily just like Child could get out if he wanted to.
See, my biggest gripe about it all is just a case of like you're finding these suspects of these serial disappearances, and I've already seen how well people are at gathering evidence.
I'll stall them at the Opera House and charge Marcel as the true culprit. I won't have any chance of making that charge stick, though, unless we find more evidence.
Now evidence matters?
You to make it back in time and hand the decisive evidence.
Now evidence matters?
Mad.
Just like you helped us in Linny's trial.
Evidence always mattered. I don't know what you're talking about.
But literally,
based on
what I've heard, they're only charging him because he just so happens to be a Fatui Harbinger. That's the only reason they're charging him.
I'm
Eh?
ready.
What did I say? What did I say? Best sentiment at the beginning of your playthrough was gonna bite you in the ass.
It's not biting me in the ass. I'm very well aware of it.
No, see,
It
gonna
just
bite you in the ass. You were like so adamant on Alpha Fatui being absolutely evil, and I'm like, nah, brother. They're just chill. You can't.
The issue is most of them are evil. They tried to invade a country that was in crisis.
It's our hope that
They're not evil for being Nyan.
Well, no, they're just evil because they invaded a country that was trying to protect itself from an ancient evil that one of their members released.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Which one was that again?
Leeway.
Then, let's make haste for Aranis. Paimon, Traveler, I'll see you at the
I'm sorry. That one's extremely damning. That one is extremely damning.
Yeah.
I can kind of see the Mondstadt one. No, that was Senora that released it, wasn't it?
No.
No, Senora made the deal.
Senora wasn't involved with Leeway.
No, she was. She made a deal with Zhongli.
Yeah, but she wasn't involved with the happenings of Leeway.
No, not directly. She was pulling.
Charlie was like, I'm gonna do this shit. And I'm
well,
gonna
no,
fight
Serena
shit, and I'm gonna
or
fight
Senora
you."
was pulling the strings in the background.
I don't know. It's been a while. It's been like 4 years.
I think she was the reason that the Fatui were attacking us while we were on the Jade Palace.
We should also get going.
I completely forgot that was a thing. I'm gonna let you know, this entire time we've been talking, I've been staring at this fucking Abby in VR chat.
Just staring at it, doing nothing.
Well, I've been, because I turn on the mic so the mouth moves, and I've just been like watching how the mouth moves as I talk. Oh, because it's cool, because it takes the vowels that you say and stuff like that, and the mouth moves with it, right? And so it's just like, as I'm talking, it's also making the same mouth moves. That's cool.
I found an opening to a high... Ow! Gods, what kind of camera movement was that? That hurt!
Finally found it!
That hurt to watch, ow!
But also sitting here doing this is like making me fucking want a VR headset even more, because I was just like, imagine being in VR with this, but then I wouldn't be able to do so because I wear glasses. And last time I had a VR headset with glasses was not a fun time.
I think they've currently made a couple of VR style headsets that either work around the glasses or work with people who need glasses.
Because the last headset that I had was PlayStation VR, and it worked, but it gave me the worst headaches. So I just took off my glasses and went in blind, which don't understand how that fucking works, because it's a lens right in front of your eyes.
I'm mildly confused by how it's hard to understand that he's basically denying that he is being charged. I mean, it's pretty kind of cut and dry here.
However, I did hear that people who have been charged can choose to participate in a duel to clear their name. Is that right? In which case, as long as I accept the charge, I can have an all-out fight with that.
Fucking like this avatar, holy shit. Right? It's so cute!
I've got to admit, that's one of the most enticing offers I've ever received. When I privately sparred with her last time, she was obviously holding back. Real disappointing.
Hey! Don't you understand? You're currently the prime suspect for a major case. This isn't the place for you to be looking for fights.
I'm pretty sure you are the one person who shouldn't be saying something like that.
Oh? Sounds like the Hydro Archon wants to lecture me on the ways of the Opera House. Then why don't you duel me too? I'm the kind of student that learns best in the heat of battle.
Child's just being a problem child.
No. That's not what I meant.
Farina hates fighting, doesn't she? Like actual combat, I mean.
Alas, it would appear that communication with the defendant is going poorly, and we have made very little progress.
What's not to understand about what the fuck he said?
In that case, let me
Oh, I
explain
guess they.
everything
I
from
get.
the very beginning again. The goal of this trial is to determine the culprit behind the serial disappearance.
I guess they actually do need like clear acknowledgement or denial of said charges.
That case had nothing to do with him. You've got the wrong man.
I want to know why they busted him specifically.
What's going on? Why is she interjecting again?
Bitch, you were entertained the last time you were here. Shut the fuck up.
I told you it couldn't be one of the Fatui harbingers.
You... I'm sorry, I'm doing it again. This guy's definitely fish-eyed. His eyes are just...
Have you seen Albedo?
Slightly.
Miss Navia, this is the second
I looked at Albedo a little bit to try and see what the talents were, but I didn't actually look at the character.
Because you were able to provide
You should look at his face.
eyewitness. But that was an exception rather than standard.
I have a friend request on VR chat from almost a year ago.
Contempt of court for your interjections.
Oh, please.
312
Did you
days.
ever think I had any respect for this place's pointless theatrics?
I think it's somebody that I played
We can
fucking
put the
Cards Against
discussion aside
Humanity
for
with.
now. I'm not here to argue with you. I'm here to charge the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case. And if my charges prove true, then Tartaglia here will be proven innocent by
Favorite thing?
Correct?
When it's the people who say they hate everybody that are the ones that send random friend requests as if they don't hate everybody.
That's tsundere behavior. I've actually been guilty of that as well.
Well, yeah, no shit. I mean, I think a lot of us have. But it's like, it's specifically their bio is like, he, him, straight, I hate most everyone. The username is my actual last name. Got us. It's like, okay. So why'd you send me a random friend request when I don't even remember speaking to you?
You may take a seat for now in the audience. But
Oh,
that doesn't mean the suspicions
no.
against him have been lifted.
My bad. My bad.
What?
Now then,
Because I'm a
Miss
chick.
Navia, who is the person you would like to
I
charge
forget.
instead?
I forget. That's my bad.
Maybe that's why my luck is so shit with
I
dealing
got
with
the
people.
titties. I got them titties and the hips. That's all they need.
I don't got those, so people must stay away from me, apparently.
I got the titties and the hips, and yet people still think I'm a man. I cannot tell you how many times I've been mistaken for a man, and I'm like, ooh, hell yeah, let's go. Keep assuming I'm a man. Let's go. I mean, dude in my group last semester, the most daft person in the fucking class. However, when we were assigned to groups, because like my friend and I were in the same group again, we had all gathered, and he was like, "Where's Jester?" and stuff like that. But of course, with my real name, and I was sitting right there, right in front of him, and he kept looking around and stuff like that.
Where is the clown? I can't see them.
My name is also gender neutral, for very specific reasons, and he kept looking around for me, and I was just like, I'm right here. And it wasn't until my friend was like, "She's right there," and he looked at me. I was like, "Oh my god, I thought you were a man for like 2 years." It's like, good. You should.
I want to point out, I am sorry. Anytime, like, I get it. That's how this country works. I accept that this is how this country works. It does not stop the white hot rage whenever something like this happens.
What?
Oh, is this going to be a friends to enemy type situation? White hot rage, instantaneous. I get it. I accept it. Still pisses me off.
Please let me remind you, Miss Navia,
honestly.
that charging someone
Oh my
is an
god, the
incredibly
mirror's
serious
tall!
matter.
Oh, is the whole
Committing to the
thing?
charge
That's
also
cute.
means taking on the legal responsibilities associated with it.
Yeah, no, so it was funny, and then like many times at many jobs, I'd had people calling me sir, and it's like, okay, I don't know what about me is masculine, but I'll take it.
Knowing this, do you still wish to charge this man?
Like, I thought I was like the most femme presenting person, and I mean, everybody on the internet thinks I'm a fucking woman. I thought people would in person too.
I think this is a small plot hole.
What?
Wouldn't the Hydro Archon then have been charged with false accusations? I guess if Linny didn't press charges, that would make sense. That she didn't get accused of false accusations, but
Yes,
I think
I do.
the wiggle room in that is it does reflect in like actual court cases where they have a suspect. And they will go about as if that suspect is the person until it's proven otherwise.
well, yeah, but in some of
Like,
those cases, those people who were suspected end up like getting off because they weren't actually the people, and then those people have been able to like sue. Like usually they sue the town or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, like they are able to sue for
Damages.
Yeah, damages. And that just depends on if they want
Please
to.
contact Mr. Marcel right away
If-
so that he may stand trial.
And I'm sure there are times where somebody has been like considered the suspect, and then like stuff comes out, and they're just like, yeah, you know what,
Marcel,
that's fair.
You will not require an attorney.
It just depends on
Is
how
that
they're
correct?
treated, honestly.
Apologies. It all just happened
Which
so quickly.
says a lot about
Still haven't figured out what's going
the
on.
justice system.
I think an attorney.
Because you know they're not getting treated well.
This is probably just a misunderstanding between me and Navia.
Because then you also have that whole thing of like innocent until proven guilty, but then these people are like treated guilty until proven innocent. which
Yeah,
is
it's
not
gotten backward. Actually, I think it's been backwards for a long time.
It's been backwards for a long time.
I think it's been
If you're
backwards
not-
since its inception.
If you're not a cis straight white man of rich heritage, they're immediately going to assume that you're guilty.
Only through elucidating
Or
what
dumb.
really happened in that case can we connect
I
all
don't know
the
what you're
dots for the
talking
serial
about.
disappearance case.
My only
So-
question is, why does she have ship wheels on her hips?
Navia, do you really think that I was
steampunk?
the one who killed your father?
I mean, Spina di Rosula is literally
Ship.
just
It's a ship. It's a
Callus was
ship.
my
You're right.
benefactor, and remember both you and
Oh,
I
yeah.
only ran to the scene when we heard the sound of a gun.
And the flip Sandra.
If that's enough to make me a suspect, wouldn't
Is
that make
under
everyone
the
at that
sheet.
banquet a suspect
Under
as well?
does he? Under does he? Yeah, how much longer do you think you're gonna go?
Into the specifics right now. The audience doesn't even have the big picture yet. Even I'm struggling to remember.
I almost had a
some
small panic
details
attack. A
of
fucking
that
piece of
case.
fuzz landed on my arm, and I thought it was a spider. You were about to hear the mic get yanked out of its socket. With how fast I would jump into the ceiling.
Exactly correct, Your Honor.
Nice.
I must refresh everyone's memory about that case before I can explain my charge and reasoning.
I see. In which case, I will recount the findings about that case as originally recorded by Maison Gardiennage. On the day of the murder, Spina di Rosula hosted a large banquet in a countryside estate owned by the Confrérie of Cabrières.
Okay.
During the banquet, all attending guests heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard.
Okay.
When the guests arrived at the scene, they found the primary suspect, Callus, holding a gun, while his acquaintance, Jacques, lay dead from a gunshot wound.
Okay.
The guards' investigation did not recover any other firearms from the scene. As a result, they concluded that the suspect's first shot must have missed, while the second must have taken Jacques' life.
Okay.
The suspect did not dispute this conclusion, and also declined to defend himself in court. Instead,
This motherfucker has the rose haircut, and I'm already seeing a white hot rage from that.
The what now?
Pokemon Sword and Shield main enemy. You remember that guy?
No.
Okay, basically, to sum it up as quickly...
Oh, is it the pink dude? The rival?
No, Rose. It's the guy who... It's the guy who was...
President Rose?
Yes.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, I hate him with a blind passion. He is my least favorite
Honestly.
Pokemon villain. This tragedy that's going to happen...
She's fucking hot.
Up until she gets psychotic.
To the injuries.
No, she's hot. Even when she's psychotic.
I'm drawing the line at the psychotic.
Oh, no, still hot.
I don't want to drown. I don't want to drown in Garbodor though.
Listen.
These are the
Listen.
known facts about
If you can't handle trash, you don't deserve the gold.
Okay, but that traction will literally kill me.
Not my father.
It's fine.
And even so,
Let it be. It's for hot lady, hot scary lady. This is coming from me, who in my childhood romanticized the creepypastas. You shouldn't be surprised.
Monster fucker.
Yes.
Night, Jade.
Night, Jade.
After that, the true culprit turned the third person into water, erasing all traces of him
But
from the scene.
the biggest reason I have the issue with it is because he's literally trying to plan for an event that's happening thousands of years in the future today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which, okay, fair, you can do that, not by sending everything into fucking Armageddon.
Quite sensible to us at the time.
What are we talking about?
Rose. Pokemon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And her father has the same hairstyle as him, and that gave me the reminder, and I'm already feeling my blood pressure increase.
I'm not gonna lie, I completely forget about the entire story of Sword and Shield. So
that's fair.
Of water from the primordial sea.
That's fair. The first part was great. The second part was stupid.
Kinda miss it though. Sword and Shield is fun. I think I lost the cartridge though. I lost my carrying case that had my cartridge in it.
Okay, so what parts do I need? Okay, so it's the first one, the second one, and the fourth one. Oh, there's a lot. Oh, no. I actually have to read. Or maybe not. Okay, so wait. This one should be this one. Oh, come on!
Something's not right. Let me think for a little while longer.
Okay, fine, then it's probably here.
Something's
Drop dead!
No!
Not you, the
Rude
game.
ass. God.
How does that not fit? They've bamboozled me. Oh, wait.
I will be right back.
Okay. Huh. Oh, so I actually have to think fully. Fuck. What the fuck? Okay, so not everything needs changed. Got it. Okay, so... gunshots. Dude, fuck you. Okay, that makes sense, I guess. Okay, so then the water go here? There we go.
A pile of clothing was found at the scene. The guards once believed they were used by Jacques as a costume to disguise himself. But now, it is clear that the clothes were proof that there was a third person at the scene, and that they were turned into water after committing the murder. Since it was raining that day, the culprit was confident that they could use the rain to wash away all traces of their dissolved accomplice.
Okay, so there's one.
The testimony of the victim's family confirms that Jacques had thoughts of assassinating Callus when he set out for the banquet. However, in the end, he reconsidered, and instead shared everything with Callus, hoping to seek the latter's protection. Unfortunately for Jacques, the true culprit had already considered this possibility, and had sent out another assassin. This assassin first shot Jacques, then turned to shoot Callus, only for Callus to wrestle the gun from him and kill him instead. Realizing this, the true
Seems to always be the
caused
first and the
hired
fifth one that
assassin to
remain the
dissolve
same.
into water, leading everyone to believe Callus was responsible for Jacques' murder. This is the true version of events.
Is there a way to fail these?
Ah, so that's what happened.
Don't mind me, I'm tabbing out for a bit. This might be a little bit longer.
You're telling me something as dangerous as water from the primordial sea has been used for all these years?
Yes, apparently.
What a great theory. It also explains Callus's and Jacques' respective motives. I guess they didn't shoot each other after all.
Mr. Marcel, you are the one being charged with the crime. You should provide a rebuttal if you wish to prove your innocence.
Ah, but I think I agree with everything Navia just said. In fact, there was nothing in her speech that directly implicated me.
Then, may I ask some questions? In my opinion, we primarily need to determine two things. One, do you have the evidence to back up your claims?
I'm afraid not. At least not at this very moment.
Boo! If you don't have any evidence, you should just go home.
Shut up! 80% of you guys cheering and jeering about this shit has had very little evidence to go off of anyways. Why are you all of a sudden caring about evidence? Drop dead.
I may not have the evidence with me, but I know where I could go to collect it. If we look up the deserted clothes against a record of people who went missing around the same time, we should be able to find a match. Considering the serial disappearances case, the guards probably kept careful records of all missing persons from around that time, regardless of age or gender.
That makes sense to me. Monsieur Neuvillette, I would consider this to be a reasonable investigative direction.
Why do I feel like Farina's acting a little differently today?
Maybe she's scared of embarrassing herself again?
Alternatively, she's become more diligent after charging an innocent citizen in the last trial.
Has she been beating herself up?
My second question has to do with the ensuing duel. If the truth is indeed as you described, then why didn't Mr. Callus explain himself in court? If he had testified that a person had been dissolved, he could have at least mounted a defense.
I've thought about this too, and the answer is actually pretty simple. He felt there were things that were more important to him. The dissolving power of water from the primordial sea is an important secret for the true culprit of the serial disappearances case. My father could have exposed it for all to see, but he chose to take it to the grave. At that time, Spina di Rosula was in dire straits, and his reputation had already been shattered. He had no guarantee that going forward with the truth would allow the culprit to be brought to justice. What was certain, however, was that it would paint a gigantic target on my back.
Boss once told me that Demoiselle had already been selected as the next target of the serial disappearances case.
What?
If the secret had gotten out, the culprit would have fought an all-out war with Espina right there and then. I wouldn't have been the only one in danger. All of us would have stood to lose our lives. Of course, the guards might eventually figure out the truth of the matter and determine that we were in the right, but what good would that do? How can a hollow verdict protect anyone? Had this opera house ever given my father any kind of confidence in its brand of justice, Spina di Rosula would have had no reason to exist.
Fair.
But by staying silent, we retained the ability to deter our opponents and continue the stalemate. I was able to become Spina di Rosula's president, which made me harder to target, as well as giving me more time to grow and learn. And once I have figured out the truth and stepped up to the challenge, I will do what this opera house cannot, and restore my father's truth and honor back to him.
So, you mean to say, your father intended to die in the duelist's ring?
Duh!
That's right.
Do you have any proof?
He's dead!
Of course. All you need is to ask his opponent, Clarand. I don't need your apology, your guilt, or your support from the shadows. You don't have to do anything for my sake.
But since he entrusted his will to you, Clarand, you should tell us the truth about his sacrifice.
So, during the duel, did you believe that Callus was intending to die?
Yes, I did. As a champion duelist, I've fought many battles and taken a countless number of dishonored lives. In my line of work, I've seen all kinds of people give their all for the faintest hope to continue living. Some were determined, others passionate, and some even manic and twisted.
Does it make sense?
Just one look and I can tell if a duelist is hoping to live or if they're looking to die. I hereby swear on my name and honor as a champion duelist that Mr. Callus never intended to leave the ring alive.
Since that's your testimony, I have no more questions. It appears there really are good grounds to reopen this case.
I concur. However, Miss Navia, you still have not explained the link between your father's case and the serial disappearances.
The water! The water! The water is the link! Stop being stupid! Wait, he might literally need to say it for the fucking oratories.
Right? What she said was fascinating, but kind of beside the point.
Wait, weren't they just talking about the serial disappearances case?
Hi, thank you. Welcome back to the case.
Of course, Your Honor. The two cases are connected via a matter of timing. In my father's case, the culprit intended to kill Vulfhart and Callus. As a result, they planned to act after hearing 2 gunshots. And, at the end of Linny's trial, the culprit also only dissolved the victim in front of everyone because they realized they were at risk of being identified. The culprit could only time their actions so precisely if they were already at the scene. Coincidentally, Marcel attended both the banquet and the trial.
So that's why you suspected me. Even after hearing your reasoning, I still can't help but find it a little preposterous. I'm used to it, though. You've always been an impulsive and
OMG, who the fuck are you?
I am Kazm Vulfhart, aka King Kazm, whatever you want to call me, and welcome back.
Jesus.
No need to appeal to pathos.
I won't try to refute your points one by one, but even if everything you just said was true, can you prove that I was the only person present at both events? On top of that, does a person have to be physically present to control the timing? Can't someone remotely monitor the place?
Okay, the banquet makes sense, but motherfucker, how are you gonna monitor the fucking inside of a lockdown building?
What part are we at now?
She just refuted. So she talked about how Farina seems to be acting weird. She talked about how my brain stopped working. She talked about basically, Chlorinde admitted that basically her father had no intention of getting out of the ring alive, and now we're accusing Marcel of being the culprit behind the disappearances.
Know what she can say to that?
Who's Marcel again? Oh, that guy.
The old man.
I know that even with that, you might still think you can reduce the list of suspects.
I genuinely forget how who it was in the end, so this will be a surprise for me as well.
Yeah, this stream is going to be a little bit longer because I'm kind of stuck.
From a girl you see as your own.
Yeah, you kind of are. You will be for a little while at least.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind. If need be, I can take a break tomorrow and not stream.
Yeah.
But if I were to dismiss this completely, you'd also think I'm not being.
I mean, if you did want to push it, it'd be a nice practice run for if you ever do subathons.
Do you know what the biggest flaw in your reasoning is?
I suppose you're gonna tell me anyways.
It's timing again. I'm a businessman by trade. From that standpoint, there's no reason for me to kidnap young women. It's a high-risk action with nothing to gain. In addition, I left my home in Snezhnaya when I was young to...
Up, he's Fatui! He's Fatui! He's Snezhnaya! He's Fatui! That means he's guilty! Sorry, I had to channel my inner Fontaine idiot.
But the disappearances began before I ever stepped foot in Fontaine.
I do apologize, demoiselle. This was my mistake.
No, it's not your fault. I'm sure he had come prepared.
Is there anything else you'd like to say? Would you like to check the date of my first business license against the first known case of the serial disappearances? You can also take a look at my border entry records, or ask my friends and family when I left Snezhnaya for the first time. Could those records and testimonies do something to appease the unspeakable anguish in your heart?
I don't like your tone, sir.
Oh, seems like she got the wrong guy.
Can I nuke every person in this audience, please?
At this rate,
Probably.
will be convicted for falsely accusing him.
I think you've done a superb job of dissecting your father's feelings as he neared the end of his life. But aren't you going against all of his wishes and expectations right now?
What the fuck would you... I'm gonna behave, I'm gonna
He wished for
behave.
you to become more rational, collected, and conscientious, instead of dwelling only on your own feelings. Once you've learned to be more considerate of others' feelings, and to stop rushing headlong into things, you'd have met most of his expectations.
Sir, she has multiple cannons that she's able to summon. I would not poke this bear.
This isn't just about me, and it never has been. The biggest difference between me and the rest of the victims is that I still have the ability to search for the truth, while that same agency has long been taken from them. The people whose families were destroyed by synth abuse, the people who lost their loved ones to the serial disappearances, and the people who suffered tragic ends due to their sense of justice. Many people's images are flashing before my eyes. I'm sure some are coming to those of you in the audience as well. And whose image do you see, Marcel? Is it a man named Vacher? Oh, so you do know that name.
Is he Vacher?
I've been surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
Like he reacted to the name Vacher, which is the name of that name that Oceana was speaking.
I was waiting for you to say that.
Oh my goodness, I'm finally able to play the game again.
I'm so proud of you. Oh my god.
Should I just continue? Should I continue this or should I call it?
I mean, if you have a break now, I would pause.
Actually, you know what? The best way to test if I have a break or not is if I can leave.
True.
I can leave. Okay, I have a break. Ow, my nose. There's a break in the case! It wasn't Marcel at all! It was actually Farina! Guards, arrest the Hydro Archon. She's a biche. Okay, so I need to raid somebody. Who will I raid? Well, I don't know because I have to log back into Twitch again.